Hello YouTube, Reddit Math here, and welcome back to the Red Estate. So I've got a couple of our characters in the sanitarium, honestly locking in positive quirks, more so than really worried about the negative ones. They're having negative quirks taken off, but that's not really the reason they were put in there. Like Poye, for example, having natural swing. I want to go ahead and get that as like a permanent addition for him. Things like natural swing and deadly, faded, I think are really good things that are always useful. And also, Mansell has unerring, plus 10% damage on range skills. Like, how would you not want that on an arbalist? So, while they're taking care of that, I think we're going to go ahead and do another boss run today. Of the available options, I really think this cleansing crystal offers us the most advantage. I could use one for our second occultist here, Marie, who currently just has some evasion incense. I think that could probably use in a replacement. So let's take a look at who we've got available. We need like a strong front line. Like a Poussin, Rock, Port, and Ver, except it's only available for the front two, so maybe that instead. She won't be able to use Wicked Hack from back here, but if it bleeds, Breakthrough, and Adrenaline Rush, so she'll her primary damage dealing will be if it bleeds. It does inflict bleed damage as well, which is very nice. We've got a little bit of synergy with marking targets and Hound's Rush, so that'll come in very handy against our boss fight. So let's go ahead and give this a try. We've got about 8,000 gold left, which is plenty for our provisioning. Medium run. I'm going to do an extra stack of food just to make sure we don't have any problems going into the fight. And we'll do like a stack and a half of torches. 2 of each of those. And that should be pretty good for the Warrens, right? I think so. And let's find out the continued trials and tribulations of the formless flesh.
The spasmodically squirming, braying, and snorting half-corpses were heaped each upon the other until at last I was rid of them. The Warrens had become a landfill of snout and hoof, gristle and bone. A mountainous, twitching mass of misshapen flesh fusing itself together in the darkness.
Those adjectives, though. Wow.
The thing is more terrible than I can describe. An incoherent jumble of organ, sinew, and bone.
Yeah. All right. Well, hopefully this time things are looking pretty clear-cut. The last time we attempted this boss was a little bit disastrous with, we had like a 50-50 chance of choosing the right room for the boss. Otherwise, we went in entirely the wrong direction. And of course, I got it wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's got to be that far room over there. So we'll go ahead and get a move on. Walking. I believe these are scrawlings, right? So they're just use them, and they have a potential to give you a positive quirk. Maybe on Ver. He doesn't have particularly great quirks. It also has the ability to give negative quirks. Maybe I should have mentioned that too. But we'll be okay. It'll be fine. And our first fight, Swinitar. Alright, we did manage to surprise them, which is awesome. 120% stun resist, hey? Let's think about this. I think I'm going to go ahead and mark this guy and maybe just try to burn him down. Everybody can get a land a hit on him here. I kind of needed better RNG than what I got, though. Yeah, this is going to be painful. Pig Spear. It was indeed painful. Wow. That ball and chain to the back row. Alright. Decent amount of damage spread out amongst everyone. I do think I could probably get rid of him on the second turn. Of course, having my own character stunned isn't going to help with that. Man, double damage against a stun target and still taking so little. Alright, I need a fairly larger heal than that, actually. At least... yeah, at least he's going to basically bleed out. I need to do 1 damage to him. So I'm thinking... Of course. I'm thinking that I'm probably going to try... you know what? Let's not mess around here.
Falls.
These guys are beasts, so that is cool. Maybe I should have stunned him there. Hopefully I can do maybe a little bit of stunning at the end of this fight to get some healing on everybody. Alright, that's what I need to see. There's one of those for everyone, and then everything will be fine. Really? Ugh. Resisted the debuff. Let's go ahead and just try for some consistent stuns on the Swine Slayer while I get everybody's HP buffed up a little bit. Alright. While he is stunned, if it bleeds, can take care of the drummer.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Try that same strategy again. We do, of course, have the cudgel weight, making that quite a bit easier. He is able to heal himself. And so is she, actually. But what I'm thinking is we need to do some damage to not get a penalty. Oh, she can't actually... actually, that works out pretty well. Breakthrough, kind of guaranteed not to get the kill. He'll get himself back up to max HP. Oh, but then he acts. Alright, we healed 9, or we healed 8, we took 9. That more or less works itself out. Try for one of these. 6 isn't amazing. Adrenaline rush for the self-heal for 5, or... let's go for it. Alright, and then... try for the stun again. Or deal damage to everything, keeping him alive. Alright, I'm really hoping for some good speed initiative rolls here. That works out perfectly. Get a little bit more healing on rock. And man, this guy is quicker than I'm giving him credit for. Ugh. Butcher's cut, eh? Alright, you know what?
Press this advantage.
Kind of tired of how this is going. Trying to get our characters healed up is costing me a little bit more than I think I was really gaining out of that. We'll just check out the heirloom chest. Most of the time it is just heirlooms. We did get 250 gold. Can't complain too much. And a scout. Awesome. Really nothing either way. Since we've spotted both of the traps, we'll just head this way. And this guy could probably use a damage up. Moonshine barrels are medicinal herbs for a damage increase. Yes, they are. Alright. And then I believe you are our trap disarmor. We'll let Port deal with that one. Takes care of all of his stress. And then it is time to turn north. Start heading up on the map. Awesome, we got another scout. Okay. A hallway fight, and we can avoid that, and then just whatever is in there to get to the room with the boss fight in it. I'm going to let Ver check out the occult scrollings again. This time, of course, they were dull and uninteresting. Okay, not the easiest hallway battle you could imagine. Let's try to get this Slayer tied up pretty quickly here. And then I do think Mr. Meat Hook, oh boy, managed to dodge us. He actually has a fairly decent dodge stat. Okay, let's see if we can stun him. And then, if it bleeds into nothing. Okay. Well then, having 2 dodge / misses against the enemy party is not exactly great. We're gonna try for another stun. We have been able to pull that off a couple of times in a row so far, so that's pretty cool. If you guys can hear that in the background, that is the noon whistle blowing here, but hopefully it is relatively inaudible. Alright, not too bad. I think where it hurts. Oh, jeez. That's why I wanted this guy dead. He hits way harder than he has any business doing. Jeez Louise. Okay. Taking a lot of incoming damage, actually. And contracting the Black Plague. Wow. That's pretty terrible. As diseases go, it is a top priority for me to get rid of. And I need to hit one of these guys.
Such a terrible assault cannot be left unanswered.
As pretty much dodges combined with the enemy landing critical blow after critical blow, and it's just been devastating in this fight. Jeez.
Gently. This is how a life is taken.
Yeah, and those 0 heals ain't helping anybody. Well, they might be helping their side a little bit. Okay, good. Finally landed one. Gonna take another vomit. Crits.
Injury.
We get vertigo out of it. Oh, jeez. Alright. Well then. And another dodge.
As the fiend
Thankfully.
falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Alright, I could really use some big heals here, which I'm not really getting. The stun is decent though. Follow that up with a breakthrough to do a little bit of damage, but make sure I keep him alive. Yeah. 7 is nice. Alright, I'm going to try to see if I can keep this guy stunned while I get heals on everyone. Man, such poor healing numbers. Alright, another stun. Probably gonna need to kill him. 3 to 6. Oh, he dodged it. You actually don't know that you just helped me. Alright. I think that was 3 stuns in a row. Yeah, he's getting extremely resistant to it. But I do not care. Now, come on. Oh my god, that was 2 0 heals in this fight for him. Ugh. Alright. Well, let's finally just end this, or let him dodge again, and continue to debuff our own damage into the ground.
The enemy crumbles.
It's only going to last 3 turns,
A
though.
trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Yeah, I think this would be a decent enough time to use a little bit of the food we packed. And then we'll keep moving. There shouldn't be too much between us and the end of this dungeon. We've got a trap that we've already scouted. Oh, another scout. If that reveals the boss fight, it does. And it is clear sailing into it. Alright, another disarm. Not too bad. I've had no luck with those. I'm going to try to learn my lesson. Vare's reading of occult scrawlings has just not gone well. Alright. It is now time to camp.
A moment of respite. A chance to steel oneself against the coming horrors.
And all in all, that was a pretty decent heal, and stress recovery. Does game 20 does the accuracy up be worth it? It might be. Okay, we're going to consider that. Reflection would probably be decent here. He doesn't have anything that's particularly useful. She has battle trance, which I don't think would get the damage buff, but would get the accuracy increase. And he has the potential to speed up, while also one companion plus 20% damage. Okay. Let us dark strength. Sharpened spear. Reflection. And now with 5 left, I'm actually going to go ahead and therapy him after the increased stress for the dark strength. And then, is there anything left to do? Not really. So we'll go ahead and just self-reduce 14 stress. 6 legs are better than 2. Alright, I feel like there might have been an Animal Farm reference somewhere in all of that. Oh, probably not the intention, though.
In radiance, may we find victory.
Alright, we did not get ourselves surprised after the camp, which is awesome. That was pretty much the only thing that could have gone wrong here before the boss fight anyway.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
You know, I could not have said it better myself.
Squirming, contorting, and ever-expanding. This horror must be unmade.
Alright. We've got 2 of the relatively vulnerable guys up front, which is good. Huge protection in the back. Oh, that was a lot of damage right off the bat. So let's think about this. With minus 40, has an 80% chance to hit. That also has an 80% chance to hit. So 11 to 22. I guess we should go with this, right? Yeah. So that did 23 damage, which I think was about the best we could have gotten there. And then I'm gonna mark him. He resists the dodge debuff. That wasn't really my reason for marking him. Mostly, I want to be able to hounds rush this guy.
Impressive.
And crit for 55. Yes, that is exactly what I wanted. 16. Good numbers. Good numbers. Ooh. Unfortunately, the Formless Flesh is targeting our cultist in the back line, which is not exactly my favoriteest thing ever. And he can still heal. Good to keep that in mind. Ugh. Now, considering... Okay. I can hit these guys for 2 to 4, and this is all I can do here. So instead, I'm going to revenge for the damage up and hope that, like, this exposed organy style of him maybe gets into range on the next turn. Now, I could artillery into the back. Oh, that's some decent damage. Probably worth more than healing. This might turn out to be a bad idea. We did 15 there, which I'm pretty okay with. That would do 4 to 7. This can do 15 to 26. 18 at the lower end of that 15 to 26 range, to be sure. Ow. Now, she's taking a fair amount of blight damage. I may just want to adrenaline rush, considering I'm not doing a lot of damage to the middle rank anyway. I'm going to go ahead and try for it. We did get a crit heal for 10. That's pretty fantastic. The Formless Flesh, of course, man, perfect. He is already more than halfway dead. He's going to do some healing to himself here, like a pretty consistent amount of it, actually. Yep, kind of figured. But I think things are going to be okay. Ooh, it had to pass from the back. I love that. Ugh, no more butthole attacks. That's just not okay. Alright, I tell you what, since she's definitely going to be attacking this turn, I want to get some healing on her. And then, big damage. Oh man, that pretty much tells everything we need about this fight. We've gotten 2 crit strikes for 55 damage. And the formless flesh folds.
It is as grotesque in death as it was in life.
Easiest boss fight of all time.
Push on to the task's end.
Yeah, I actually do think we're going to go ahead and continue adventuring. We'll use some of this food for healing purposes. But then we're going to walk around a bit. See the sights, you know, maybe pick up a souvenir mug. The things people do. As I love a boss fight that ends with us so strong that we can continue the dungeon. Now, of course, we did lose the dog treat, but I'm not too worried about it. We're still going to do a ton of damage due to all of the camping buffs that we have right now. 11 to 22, and it does 12. Those ranges, we seem to always end up on the short end of. Tentacle Devour. Alright. I'll tell you what, you're taking 3 per. Why not?
Continue the onslaught.
Decent.
Destroy them all.
Oh, I will. Don't you worry. Again, low end of that damage spectrum to be sure. I'll tell you what. 12, taking 3. Let's just get rid of her. And then try for a little bit of healing. You know, I've rambled about this before, but I'm still on the same track there. The occultist as a healer later on, like in the level 5 champion dungeons, just isn't as consistent. The fact that his initial 0 to 8 doesn't continue to move up, like the range just widens, right? It always stays at 0 to means that later on,
the bigger the beast, the greater the glory.
You're not really able to get the full worth out of his heals most of the time. And I think this is going to be pretty much worthless to us. So let us instead... Just going to step to right here. It is a pack. Already been looted. And then I'm just going to back out and head this way instead. Ooh, a rack of knives, right? The rack of blades, that's what this thing is called. The rack of... it's called a knife rack in the files, okay. That is bandages to protect our hands. Ooh, that was pretty awesome, not gonna lie. Okay, double-edged pendant. Hellion only, HP up. Okay. Oh, I'm an idiot. I knew that trap was there and walked right into it.
Maker's art, his efficacy unwitnessed by his own eyes.
When did we pick this up? Was that from that trap just then? That's pretty awful. 25% damage? Has that been with us all along?
The light, the promise of safety.
I feel so confused. Like, wait, where did that come from? Alright, let's think about this. 6 to 12. You know what? Let's maybe target the soft and squishies. Bad humors. Man, this has been a disease-laden run. Definitely going to be spending maybe the entirety of our rewards here at the sanitarium with everybody getting their shots. Oh, that's too bad. It moves him out of the way if it bleeds. Alright, we've been move resisting pretty consistently though. And we can let the leper deal with the cultist and...
Ringing ears. Blurred vision.
Never mind.
The end approaches.
And we could stun the Slayer, was what I was about to say. That is not going to play out as I imagined it, though. Instead, the Slayer is going to try to stun us. Revenge! Alright. Good, good. Bleeding out. And now in range for a little knife action. Alright, I'll tell you what. Go with this for the chance to bleed, which is an excellent decision, as it then means we can kill him right away. Alright. She is dead and just doesn't know it yet, so I'll try to get a little bit of healing spread out here. Yeah, you know, I really feel like the weird reconstruction early on, whenever you're a level 1...
that cuts on its own.
Whenever you're a level 1 party, weird reconstruction is the most valuable thing that your occultist does for you. I feel like I was always doing weird reconstruction or abyssal artillery. Like, those were the skills that defined an occultist. But now, it just doesn't feel as rewarding. The pile of bones is loot as long as I have holy water. We'll let the leper consecrate these bones for us. Alright. Not the greatest, but not the worst thing in the world. Common trinket. That'll be worth a few hundred. You know what? Got lots of food. We're just going to use most of it up here. If we find ourselves, you know, at half health again, that's probably going to complete our dungeon run. So I figured I might as well exhaust the provisions that we brought with us. You know what? Go ahead and mark you right off the bat. I almost never see that dodge debuff actually land. Ugh, which is unfortunate. Oh, wow. Especially unfortunate when that happens. Alright, good. 3 of our characters dodged that. Can't ask for much better. And he is a walking corpse. Ow. Ow. Tell you what then. I'll go ahead and try for a little bit of healing there. Yeah, 3. 3 doesn't exactly make my day. And the leper...
Slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
Is, now a little bit light in the damage camp, which is really his most redeeming quality. Alright, we need to get 3 damage on him before he can act. That'll be easy enough. And he will be going down. Try for some heals. There you go. Then occasionally he's just like, why don't you have full health? Alright, nothing I really need to do here.
Religious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Alright, get a move on. We'll get our torchlight back up.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
And, we'll head this way. Alright. Did get a surprise. I like surprises as long as they're the enemy being surprised. I think everybody can get on board with that sentiment, though. Oh, resisted both of those? Really? Let's just try to get damage on him. Eliminate at least the Thunderer being able to attack us. And then just 2 Flesh Eaters. Good dodge, good dodge. Yeah, but, you know, I'm also really re-examining, by the time he's maxed out, his dodge trait is extremely high. And so...
waits for the slightest lapse in concentration.
Again, 15? Are you kidding me with this? Okay. So maybe it is possible to turn him into a much more offensive character. I guess we might as well heal somebody. There we go.
Death by inches.
And I just like seeing that animation. Alright. Decent enough haul, though.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Alright, we're just going to drop our torch level.
The darkness holds much worse than mere trickery and boogeymen.
In order to grab as much loot as possible. And then I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, as I think I've completed enough of the dungeon for me today. Alright, with a 9,000 gold reward stacked on top of what we brought back, definitely profitable, definitely able to launch us into another adventure after this. But mostly the cleansing crystal is what I'm excited about. Oh man, and this was the Dungeon of Disease, to be sure. Hard-skinned. I like hard-skinned. I like it a lot more than Cove Scrounger. I can live with that. So that's with cleanliness, phobe, let's call them meh. We'll just go ahead and get back.
I see something long absent in the sunken faces of passers-by. A glimmer of hope.
Alright, and another boss falls. So, as you can see, I basically locked in natural swing on 2 of the characters and unerring on another. The negative quirks, I mean, they were negative. Some of them worse than others, but it was mostly about locking in the positive ones there. A couple of characters removed some stress, and I think basically everyone that went out that turn is going to need to visit the sanitarium now. Scurvy is not good. Vertigo and bad humors is pretty terrible. Well, Ver came out of it pretty clean, but Rock contracted the Black Plague. Awesome. So that'll definitely be where some of our gold is going to go before the next episode. I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to subscribe for more on the channel every single day. Leave a like or a comment if you have anything to say about this or any of my other episodes, and I will catch you guys next time.